Hey everyone, Winners for Losers here, and today I'd like to talk about a more serious topic, a topic that makes me upset, not only me, but a lot of people. And this topic is about people degrading other people's faiths and religions and beliefs. Well, they're all the same thing, but you get the idea. So, I'd just like to point out first that, specifically on YouTube, there are a lot of videos about hate and about hate on religion, more on Islam actually. And what I don't get is people think that making a video about making a video about another person's faith will solve problems. It won't. You don't have to be a professor to understand that. Making a video about hate and degrading another person's faith will only cause more problems and will only build a wall. It'll build a big wall and it'll split us apart. And we don't want that in our community. We want everyone to be together, to be one, to respect one another, and to understand each other. That's what we want. And a lot of people are doing the opposite, actually. Now, more specifically, I want to talk about Islam. And, I feel that people hate Islam. The reason why people hate Islam is because not on Islam, the religion, just Muslims. And I think that they just don't like Muslims and how they look and how they dress and how they talk and how they act. That's what I feel. I feel they're just being racist. I feel just because someone is I feel that just because Muslims are different, that's why they hate Islam. And it's funny because on TV, especially in USA, they always talk about terrorists and what Muslims do and all these things. And first of all, that's propaganda, if you didn't know that, because Muslims right now are being abused and tortured in Burma, and nobody even knows about that. Abused and killed. Secondly, just because a group of people who call themselves Muslim decide to kill Americans doesn't mean that's based on Islam. Doesn't mean that every other Muslim feels the same way. It doesn't mean that. Okay, because in many religions, all religions actually, people have done many violent things. Christianity, they have done many violent things. But you don't base that on the Bible. You don't base that on the Quran. You don't base that on the Torah. You don't base it on anything. People's actions do not judge a religion. Bottom line. And actually, a lot of people, especially since I comment on a lot of videos about certain things and, certain hates and all that stuff, when I comment things on it, people usually reply back to me and inbox me and tell me all these things, why this faith is not good, yet they don't even look at the source. They just tell me what people do. I reply back to them with with a full reply, and they don't reply back. You know why? Because what they've been fighting for this whole time is wrong, and they don't want to prove that. That's why. They don't want to show it. And I feel another reason why they are degrading another person's faith is because they want to make themselves feel better. They want to make themselves feel stronger, more higher, more respectful. They want themselves to be they want themselves to feel better, actually. That's what I think. And actually, Islam is very similar to the major religion in USA, which is Christianity, is similar completely, which goes on to my next topic on dress code. So you see Muslims dressed wearing, especially the girls, dressed wearing long gowns, burqas, hijabs, you name it, they wear it. And you think, oh, they're wearing all black, they're covering their face, these people are oppressed. They are so oppressed. That's completely idiotic. Because first of all, if you're Christian or if you're Jewish, your Bibles say that women have to cover their hair or it will be shaved off. That's what it says. Second of all, we have to wear long gowns for modesty, for protection, for protecting ourselves, and for showing that we are Muslims. That's what it signifies. We're not doing it because our husbands say so. Actually, almost 90% of women in the UK who wear the burqa are converted. They converted. They're not married. They are not forced. Sometimes they are forced, but we are supposed to choose how we dress. No one else should. And actually, in the Bible, it says that women are supposed to cover their hair for their husbands. In the Quran, it doesn't say that. So when you think about it, women are more oppressed in Christianity. But I'm not saying that. I'm not blabbing that on in YouTube videos. I'm not telling people or screaming about it. I'm not doing any of that because I respect them. And I respect their beliefs. Alright? Just because they dress that way doesn't mean that they're oppressed, doesn't mean that they're evil, doesn't mean that they're bad. Because a lot of faiths tell you to dress the exact same way. Hindu women, Christian women, Jewish women. If you see a Muslim woman and talk about them negatively, surprise, surprise, you're supposed to be dressed in that way too. So don't even say anything. Next topic's on a more specific person, and her name is Pamela Geller. Pamela Geller. Now, if you guys see her Facebook channel on Facebook, you can see how much she hates Muslims. And how every other hour, she writes comments. This person did this because of this, and he was a Muslim, therefore Muslims hate us. That's what she does. And funny, because she's Jewish. I don't know if she's ever heard of the Holocaust, but thousands and thousands of lives have died because one person degraded their religion. And she's doing the exact same thing to Muslims. Funny, because she should have learned from that. She should have learned that degrading other faiths is wrong. And I think she's just doing it because she hates Palestinians. That's what I think. Doesn't mean that's true. I wrote a letter to her, and she has not replied. Maybe she's too busy. But she has not replied. Bottom line is, if you're hating people's faith, any person's faith, you're just only hurting yourself mostly. Some people may get hurt here and there, some people may feel sad, but you're the person who's hurting yourself. That's what you're doing. Pamela Geller, you're hurting yourself. You know, Eric, I forgot his last name, but his name's Eric. He's hurting himself. You're just hurting yourself. Because you're thinking that this will solve everything. It won't. It'll just make more separation. It'll make more crimes. It'll make more hate. It'll make more problems. It'll just hurt you. Recently, I've disguised myself on Facebook as a Caucasian middle-aged woman who studied world religions. And I've actually went on these hate Facebook groups, and I've actually wrote my point. People actually listened. Maybe because I was a Caucasian woman. Because I wrote letters, as myself, and they just blocked me. But people actually listen. And they keep writing all these things. Muslims do this, they're horrible people, this. I've corrected them. And I told them, no they don't, they do this. Show them proof. No they don't, they do this. Show them proof. And the last comment that one guy wrote was like, I'm not talking to you. I think you're just a Muslim who's in disguise. He got that right, but still. I proved him wrong, and he had nothing else to say. Look at the source before you go against something. Look, read, understand, listen. People pick parts of a holy book and call it evil, yet they don't even read the next sentence. They don't even understand what the whole surah is about, or the whole thing is about. They just get a line that says kill, and they're like, that's evil, look at that. That's what they say. And I'm like, have you even read the rest of it? Come on. Give me a break. I did take world religions classes in high school, and I also took one recently in university for summer school, and I've learned a lot about, Hinduism mostly, and they're all really nice faiths, and, Islam especially, people are like, it's growing. Maybe the reason why it's growing is because it's a good faith. Maybe the reason why the major religions are the major religions because they are good, not evil. You're supposed to respect everyone if they're, Muslim or not, if they're atheist or agnostic, respect them. That's all I gotta say. And remember, winners are for losers. Bye! Now these are just my points. You have to remember that. I'm not, I haven't got a PhD. I'm not a professor or anything. It's what I feel. And if you feel something differently, go right ahead. But please remember to do it in a respectful manner. Because the whole point of that video was to respect one another and not to be dumb and post negative comments or talk negatively. Okay, so bye. And this is an official goodbye. Starting now. Bye.